This is the Making Noise podcast.
The band was tasked to run the range for the officers in our battalion. I know that's a lot of jargon that probably doesn't make sense, but that's it, groups of people. So the band went out and we were all given a job to make this range run so that these officers could show up, shoot the weapon at the targets, and go away once they've qualified. My job at this range was to be the combat lifesaver. So I'm certified as a combat lifesaver. A lot of soldiers are, and that's just like there are not a whole lot of medics in like a group of people. It's like the only way I can think to explain it. So we get qualified to be able to put a tourniquet on until the medic can get there. So I was there as the combat lifesaver just in case something happened, with very little chance that anything's actually going to happen on these ranges. Everyone's very safe. The safety is a huge thing. So, all these officers are showing up. We're out there for 2 days, not total, we didn't stay the night. I did get to go home and sleep in my bed. So we were out there one day, and we went back out there the next day. And I'm mostly just kind of sitting in the van because my job only happens if shit hit the fan, So I'm like, I brought my computer. I was, editing some videos and doing some things until my computer died. And then I was listening to podcasts and doing things. So just waiting for the range to be over. And then they're like, we have tons of extra ammo. Like the band can qualify. And I was like, well, that's super cool. So I got to go out and actually shoot the pop-up targets and get a qualification. So I get to wear another badge on my uniform, which I get really excited about because I like to show off my bling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some cool opportunities that are not musically related at all. When I first got here, there was a re-enlistment, and when you re-enlist, you kind of get to do cool things. You can request kind of off-the-wall stuff, right? So the people that were re-enlisting were like, I want to ride in a Chinook, which is a really big helicopter. And so then they're like, cool, the people who are re-enlisting and involved in the ceremony are definitely going, and then there are X number of slots left for anyone else who wants to go. And I was like, excuse me, what? I can just put my name on this piece of paper and then I get to go get on the helicopter?
Oh, that's badass.
And they were like, yeah. And I was like, this is not real life, right? That, you're kidding. I was like, no way. There's no way I just get to put my name right here and then go get on that big old helicopter.
Yeah.
That's totally what it was. I got to go ride in the Chinook and it was incredible. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I was so pumped. Now
how loud was it?
Oh, it's loud, man. You can't hear anything, And safety is a thing, so you have to get a safety brief on how to walk to how to approach the bird, and you have to wear your ACH and gloves and ear pro, because even if you're not a musician, you should still protect your ears. But we are musicians, so we really should protect our ears.
That's right.
So it's loud though. It's very loud. You can't hear anything, but it was so cool.
I love that. How high up does it go?
Don't ask me technical things about those things. High.
What's
in the air?
What's the diameter of the wheels and the propeller?
I sat down, I buckled in, I got to look out the window. And then the really cool thing is we live in the desert, but there's mountains, so watching the mountains while we were flying.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We flew out to this really scenic area, did the re-enlistment ceremony there. It was awesome. I got to watch some of my battle buddies re-enlist in the army for another term. It was super cool.
That's awesome. I love this. This is so fascinating. I mean, you're doing such interesting things, You have
it's super cool.
What about the shooting? How did that go? Did you hit all your targets and stuff when it would pop up?
Yeah. So on the pistol, there's 30 that you 30 out of 30 is the most you can get. 20. Shoot, what is qualified? 23, I think, is qualified. Maybe 21 is qualified. Look at me. I don't shoot the pistol. I shot 23.
Oh, yeah.
So I shoot 22. I know I'm a marksman in the pistol, and I get to wear that badge.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that. I would love to have that experience.
It's so cool.
Yeah, when I was 19, I got to go to a shooting range one time, and I wasn't prepared for it. I shot like this revolver, I think it is, like the
Okay.
cowboy guns, you know.
Yeah.
And then I also shot a 9mm, which blew my mind how heavy it is.
Yeah.
And I remember my hand just like shooting back like that, like jerking, and yeah,
Yeah, you
I
got
wasn't
that
ready.
recoil.
Yeah.
I'm by no means like an amazing shot, but like I really love doing it. I have a great time. I love going to the range and like not always army ranges. Like I love just getting the opportunity to go to a range where there are weapons and shoot them. I don't own any because I live on post and in the barracks, and we're not allowed to have weapons in residences on post. But one day when I live off post, I do want to like have my own weapons that I can just like take out to the ranges and shoot at targets, because there's something about trigger therapy, man. It's
Totally.
good stuff.
That's the thing. I think with like all of us, there's something that each one of us needs as an individual. Like you said, like trigger therapy, something that releases whatever it is we need to release. You know, whether like some people, like I've been toying with the idea of getting a boxing what do you call it, like the
like a bag,
a punching bag. Yeah, you know, like having that sort of, you know, or some people go jogging, or some people like, you know, there's whatever it is. And that's so interesting. I love that.
I think the thing about shooting for me though isn't even just like that I'm destroying anything, because I don't think about it that at all. It's like it's a high level of concentration that it takes.
Totally.
And like you know, the breathing, so it's like it can be really meditative, because you're like between each trigger squeeze, like there are fundamentals of shooting, which like when you just like before you for anyone that like hasn't been around weapons, you're just like, oh no, you just go up there and shoot it. Like no, there are like fundamentals to like what your body should be doing, how you should be holding whatever weapon is in your hand, like this, knowing the weapon, being safe and like aware of what's around you. Like there's just this super high level of concentration. There's no room to think about anything else, you know. So like, and then there's like the pulling the trigger and like seeing where you hit, and like, you know, so that's fun. There's the fun aspect to it also. So it's like I love it.
I love what you just explained right there. Like that whole process of like breathing and like and being so present with what you're doing, and knowing, like that's so fascinating. I've heard that before with marksmanship in regards to bow and arrow, like shooting.
Oh
like,
yeah.
bow and arrow.
I've never shot one, but I've also heard that.
I had one when I was a kid, and it wasn't like, it was like the tips were just like rounded, you know.
You had safe. They were making you be safe.
Well, I will say, if you were on the other end of this, it wouldn't have ended well. You know?
Live a little.
Yeah. Oh man. my neighbors.
Totally kidding.
My neighbors, they're very lucky. Like I was not very. My aim was not very good, and I feel fortunate that no one got hurt.
That is a plus.